It's time for my checkup, Bones. Let's make this fast. Sorry, Jim. Starfleet just handed me the orders. I'm to give every male crew member a prostate exam. Fine. Which one of these gizmos do I blow? I have to insert my finger into your rectum and examine the prostate gland. This isn't fair. It's routine, Jim. I was talking about your walnut-sized knuckles. I'm going to get hollowed out. Are you ready, Jim? Just go, Bones. Boldly go. Where no man has gone before. Not while I was sober. Ah! Don't be nervous, Spock. Nervous, Doctor? Vulcans are not emotional. Oh, God, you trim your fingernails! Fuck it!
Hi, Mummy. If you can see me from heaven, shut your eyes. I'll be with you soon.
Damn it, Scotty. It's a rectal examination, not an execution.
Aye, it is, Bones. A butt execution. Fine. Who's around to be my Bones, Scotty?
If you feel any discomfort.
This ain't my first rodeo, Doc. Mount up. Bush League.
So, Captain's log, stardate 4725. McCoy, touch my butthole.
Are you ready for
it? Here comes them black nerds, thrones on with big words. Cake slap makes us all smile. Dave's little songs ever saying a while. Veins kinda like a mastermind. While this one shows up every single time. Yeah. How was your night gonna bring the fight? Hey, this is Black Nerd Podcast, winning all the fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just.
Mind you, when we were backstage, this was not like this. He was not like this.
My ladies, my lords, today under the sun, we gather in the kingdom of nerdness as we gallantly present.
Let's get this show started.
Lord Flaminus Day, Lord Famous Fame the
Boom.
Flatulent.
There we go. What an amazing, crazy 2-week hiatus this has been. You know.
A what? What was it?
2-week hiatus, vacation, mini vacation.
Good one, Jalen. You almost got me slipping there. I like the way you did that.
That's dirty, bro. That's mad dirty.
What? What did I do?
She did it. She did it.
Could have given me a million guesses as to what Fame would look like when the camera cuts on, and I would have.
You'll never know. You never know. You never know. You never know.
Shout out to Remy. Shout out to Black Dog. What's good, my guy? Man. Yo,
hey, listen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Every time Black Dog and Remy turn in, it's gonna be we in for a good show. Good commentary as well.
I wasn't prepared. And there he is, Sloan. Facts.
Brother Sloan.
Oh man. Well, Jalen is here. She is in the building, the queen, boss lady.
Happy
herself.
Sunday.
Word. Actually,
I'm getting a low volume.
in.
It might be on my end. Let me check what's going on over here because it's hard to hear you guys.
Got you. So look, hey, we appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. There's a lot going on. You know, we've been gone for 2 weeks, so there's a lot of news that we have to get to. Plus, we are blessed, super blessed, and highly favored to have the creators of some phenomenal artistic works, some anime. I don't. Would they be defined as comics or anime, or are they like a blending of the two?
Well, they do comic books and they're tapping into. Oh no, anime is action. I mean, no, comics.
I mean, technically, manga and comic books are the same thing. Japanese people have been saying this for decades,
but not anime. But yeah, because we can say anime is animation.
Yeah, they say it too.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this introspection. All right, so we got to go around the room. Y'all got to give us an update, man. I ain't seen y'all in 2 weeks. So let's start ladies first. Jalen, what you been up to, man? We ain't seen you. How have you been doing? What you been getting into?
Well, I was with you guys last week for Angel Wings' 25th anniversary, which was great.
Really good.
It's just been a really busy week, just with work and everything. So, I've been watching Welcome to Derry, and it's so good, and y'all have to watch it.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some. We're gonna be talking about that today on the show. We'll be talking about dairy. Okay, and what else?
Okay. That's it.
That's it.
Started
Nice.
Christmas decorating.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Remy, both. Remy, is your tree up? Did I ask Remy that yet? Is that tree up?
Shoot, she got her Christmas stuff up. It's a wrap. It is a Rizat.
I did ask that.
All right. She said, speaking of new show, who has seen Alice in Borderland?
Wait.
I have not, but I really want to.
I've heard of that show, but I haven't read the manga yet. I heard it's better than Squid Game story-wise.
So she just said that her tree has been up since Halloween. That's heavy. That's heavy business there. Shout out to you that. She said it's so good. And then Black Dog jumped in and said it himself. He said that's a good show. Okay. All right. Well,
I did see Alice in Borderland. I did not know it was 3 seasons so far. Yeah, that joint is good. I gotta subscribe back to some television.
so is this show about Alice being an illegal alien and going into a country and crossing a border or something like that? What is this?
I can't remember. I don't remember the premise. Remy, give us the premise again. When you can.
Yeah, when you get a chance, just let us know. All right.
If I remember correctly, it's like an isekai death game. They're transported to another world, and now they go through like a bunch of death games, something similar to that.
Got you. Okay. Cool. I like that. All right, so Salone, what you been up to since the last time we saw you? It's been 2 weeks.
I thought it's been a month.
No, me ain't been gone that long. Come on. You just being hyperbolic.
I've been busy too. Been what's his name? Been talking, just trying to make connections. Found an artist for my second story because
Nice.
Because there's another fellow content creator. He's working on multiple stories. I figured, why not? Like my current artist for my main story, it's taking him some time to get the stuff done. So I'm like, all right, I have the ideas for this one down. I can start writing the script for that one as well. So, and I found another artist, and he's doing that one. So far, it's just been staying busy.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, I love it.
Keep work.
Closer to that. Hell yeah. Fame, what you been up to? It's been 2 weeks.
I have developed a whole new game with no actual real title, but a mobile game, a tap game, and that's all I'm going to release on it. But this tap game is groundbreaking. As silly as that sounds, I made sure I could do a whole bunch of cool things in it that you can't do. It's just really clever. It's just really clever. Other than that, though, Where Winds Meet came out 48 hours ago now, and I've been having a ball on, and it's free on Steam and I believe on console as well. Bro, this game is next level, open world, AI, NPCs, fighting is the parrying system is off the chain. I've been enjoying that. So yeah, I've been up to a lot of other stuff, but I don't remember stuff, bro. I don't even know anymore.
What's the name of that game you talked about?
Where Winds Meet. It's amazing, bro. It's a free AAA level type game. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. It's really good. RPG, of course.
Oh, Jay, I forgot to mention. I don't know if this is in the lineup for the video games, but if it's not here today, I need to send you one. It's related to the Horizon IP. I don't want to spoil it for the audience yet, though. But y'all gonna love this one. Y'all gonna love it.
Nice.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm always down for some new good stuff. All right. So what have I been up to for the last 2 weeks? We received a message from the guy. If you remember a few episodes ago, there is a game that used to go by the name Shitty Dungeon Game. And well, the creator saw that we had posted about it and we talked about it, and he DM'd us and said, thank you so much for talking about his game. And he asked us to do a review of the game. And then he also agreed to do an interview. So that gentleman will be on the show in upcoming weeks. We're just trying to figure it out because he's not in America. He's in another country and he doesn't speak English. So we're going to figure that out.
And shout out. I think, while I'm on this computer, let me tell you how many hours I put into that game so far. I got 10 hours in on the Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles. So it's a pretty dope game. It's pretty dope.
For sure. He also put the DMP game and showed a lot of love. So we definitely want to show our appreciation and love. Like, I've never been put in a video game before. So it's lit.
This will be a first.
So this will be my first. I would also like to say the last 2
not
weeks,
to toot my own horn. First of all, technically, I did put you in my horror game.
We were in the game.
You know, technically, You know what? The disrespect. Nigga gotta stay going to war. I see what we're doing here.
Our characters were in it.
You see?
So, yeah.
Nigga.
I don't want no problems, bro. I don't want no problems. You did your thing. My bad. I apologize.
You gotta stay war ready around Jay. It's cool. It's cool.
Nah. Be cool, bro. Be cool. Be cool.
Continue, sir.
So, Jalen is up to her Thanksgiving shenanigans. Please make sure, if you haven't done so, if you are in the DMV area, you know what I mean, and you don't know how to cook, or you have very little cooking skills and you need some help whipping together some of the goodness, you know what I'm saying?
Or if you just don't feel like cooking.
Or you just don't feel like cooking and you're in the DMV area specifically, you know what I'm saying? Hit up Sauce and Fire for Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving menu. Whole turkey, $80. Whole glazed ham, $70. Whole pot roast, $65. Whole glazed salmon, $60. Macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, cornbread dressing, green bean, charcuterie board. I don't even know what charcuterie is, but it sounds gangsta. You know what I'm saying? Hit up our homie Jalen right now, you know what I'm saying, for the holidays, and get you some.
Right.
And I can vouch, me and my belly can vouch for the deliciousness of all the food she creates. I stamped this and approved this message.
That's what I was going to say.
Thank you.
Jalen, what was that dish you made for me last time?
What, pasta salad?
Yes. Last time she made me a pasta salad that was just delicious.
Well, thank you.
Nobody can take you
so this time I'll be getting the glazed salmon.
Okay, bet. Remy, you can come up anytime. Just let me know. I got you.
He said, coming to Baltimore just to get some of that. For sure, you know, you always got a home up here. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Let's see. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it.
You name it.
All right. So let's get to the all right. So we got to get our first conversation. I want to hurry up and bring our guests on. But I gotta follow the rules because the producer of the show has produced a specific lineup, and we have to follow the rules. I don't want him to go to war. So be honest. If AI could perfectly draw your ideas exactly how you picture them, would you use it, or would that make you feel like you were cheating? I would like to go forward first in this and say this is a creator question from the creator point of view, because as somebody that doesn't feel as talented as the person that wrote this, I'm just fine if I could tell somebody to create something and it just come up finished. I'm all for it. So if it came out the exact way I wanted it to come out, not only am I happy, but I'm bragging about it like I did it. So, like, that's just my amateur perspective. Let's see, Sloan, how do you feel? You know what I mean? If AI could perfectly draw your ideas exactly how you picture them, would you use it or would you feel like it's cheating?
Me personally, I would use it to formulate an idea of what I want. But I wouldn't use it in published work. Like, for example, with several of my art characters and what they look like, I've had there's an AI generated image on the internet similar to what I want, or I AI generated myself. And I go to an artist, I'm like, hey, could you draw this? Maybe with and I add some different changes. But I feel like depending on what it is and how you're drawing it, I feel like it depends on whether or not it's ethical. Because for me, if you're trying to emulate a specific style, then no, you should just get someone to draw it. But say if it's a style that no one has exactly drawn, because I know I've seen some AI fan art of Marvel characters on Pinterest, and they have has a 90s feel, but it's 3D, like 3D art. And I haven't seen anyone on the internet do that specifically, that exact style. So I'm like, okay, I don't think that's exactly stealing, because it's a whole new style that no one has done before. But
okay,
if you're to use AI to do Sailor Moon, I feel like that's stealing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Jalen, what about you?
This is the tricky one because, so I'm not an artist. I'm a writer. So if I can make my pictures and my creations look exactly how I picture them in my head, I don't think it's stealing. It is cheating, but it's not stealing, because these are my ideas that I came up with in my head. But from somebody who has friends that are artists, I can see how that can be kind of fucked up. There are artists out here who need to make a living, but at the same time, that's not really my problem. So
thank you. Get better. Fame, what about you, sir? How do you feel about it? Let me just mute this so he don't.
Technically, they didn't get better. They didn't get better at all. They cheated. But yes, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. But yeah, it's cheating. It's cheating. If you take the AI away, or if something happened where you got no more power, or just anything where the digital stuff is over with, so you're cooked. Then you can do. And now, well, Milli Vanilli, have fun.
I mean, if the AI artists are doing it and they're making money from these AI musical artists, why can't?
See, they're copying. We all know that all AI is currently just copying. So True. If we pose the question the way they say it, if it can do exactly what's in your head, then technically you're cheating still, because you're not doing it. The AI is doing it for you. So
where's the difference? This is going to be my constant pushback when people say you're copying somebody. There are countless thousands of every artist. I don't care any artist that you bring up, whether it's Prince, whether it's Michael Jackson. We were all influenced by another artist. We all take from other artists. We all hear things. We trip it, we flip it, we turn it, we put our own spin on it. How is what a human being is doing in the process of creation so different than how are we interpreting Pharrell's ability to create phenomenal songs, but it have emotional connection to older records? How is that so different than what AI is doing by taking influences from different places and meshing it together and creating something new? What's the difference?
Are you okay with AI and robots living in your house with you right now? Are you okay right now? Because what you're saying makes total sense. But are you giving it the okay for robots to be just like you right now? Get past them, put them in laws, everything. Robots have laws, you can't touch them, whatever they can be. They take away human job, all of that stuff. Are you ready right now? With that one question you asked it, because that would be the difference between a human experience and a robot or an AI experience.
So
That's
you
it.
don't have a good enough response, so you change the subject completely.
No,
that's a great.
right.
great way
Mm-mm.
of doing it.
That, I'm literally it's
Question.
you might
How
feel
does
like
that
I'm changing it, but I'm not.
answer?
I'm
You're
not.
changing the question. What does one have to do with the other? And it doesn't have anything. They are both the same.
It would go
exact-
back to the Milli Vanilli thing. Well, this time you didn't write it, you didn't create it, you didn't produce it. You just told it to steal somebody's stuff for you and backed it up. So
Milli-
you can't do it, but you got somebody else
Milli
doing it
Vanilli-
for you, and then you putting it out there as your own.
because what happened with Milli Vanilli is niggas told them that
To do
they
something.
wasn't the one. They were told to do something. They sucked at it. So they
Mhm.
became the face. They didn't suck at being the face. They just
It
sucked
sounds
at
like what
singing.
you just explained. It's a person that
No.
suck at art, so they got
No,
the
so you-
AI to do it for them, and now they're
Pharrell
backing it up.
You say, do you feel like Pharrell sucks at art? Pharrell Williams, you say he sucks at creating music? You saying that Prince sucks at creating music and Michael Jackson sucks at creating music?
No.
Bro, when
I'm
you
talking about the
check-
person that's using it to copy them. That's what you just said.
But
I'm talking about
Prince-
that person behind the computer putting in a prompt.
Michael Jackson copies other people. Prince copies other people.
That's
Every
people.
artist copies other artists. So what's the
Right?
difference?
That's a person with actual talent that's replicating somebody else's talent. You're
But
not a
who said
person
we're
with
not
talent.
talented?
I
Who
just
said we're
did.
not talented?
The
Oh,
robot
wow.
is the one that's the talented one.
Wow.
You're not
So if you're
talented
writing it,
because you're
if
behind the prompt.
producing it, and the only thing
What?
you're not doing is drawing it.
What? You're writing it, you're producing it, and the only thing you're doing is not recording it or drawing it, right? You muted out, Jay.
I'm still trying to understand the differences, but okay, all right, we can
You're
get
not
back to
writing
it.
Yeah.
or drawing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I could
writing
deb-
it, but not.
Go ahead,
drawing
Slow.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so one thing I feel like Jay's not addressing is like, because how he says, artists copy other artists and all that, so why can't machine do it? First off, if you copy another artist bar for bar like AI does, people are gonna call you out on not being original. That's happened across the board. Like there's a sea of hip hop artists out there, and they replicate each other. You and me can't name them because no one takes them seriously because it's like, okay, you a copycat. We got other dudes doing that kind of thing. For example, one of my favorite artists right now is Odatari. He may have drawn inspiration from other genres, but no one sounds like Odatari right now. He doesn't sound like anyone else. He's got his own aesthetic. He's got his own core. He may be in a genre of music, but no one else sounds like Odatari except Odatari. There may be other people out there who, like I said, I can't think of any of their names right now, but I know one who he teams up with frequently, but they don't sound the same. Like you could put them on right now. It's like, okay, that's him, that's that kind of thing. So I feel like not only do we criticize real life copycats, so the energy should be replicated for a machine, but the person the machine is replicating bar for bar, the person isn't getting a dime. So if they're going to use AI, it's like at least pay them because they're not doing so. They don't put enough original twist on it, kind of thing.
All right, we got a guest in the green room, so just the first time that I want to debate more, let's call it here so we can get him to weigh in on it later. Let's call it here. All right.
JS1 is right. Let's go to the next one.
Good one. And look, they kicked him out because they knew he was a bum. All right.
So, Fang, break it down for us.
This is Kyra. Kyra is artificial intelligent camera. It's a mirrorless device that you hook your phone up to, and it gives you literally, nana banana inside of your phone. You take a photo and you're able to change whatever's in the background on the go, on the fly, and post it right then and there. All they needed was $20,000. As you can see, they have $400,000 now. I did not back the project because I don't know where I sit on the fence. We were having a conversation about the prompts, and this fits right into it. But it is something that I need to get my hands on, so I too can then say how I feel about it. So this is my precious for the day.
I love this, man. Shout out to you.
Wait till you see what it can do. It's scary. But what I want it for is for merchandise. Nothing else. Just for merchandise.
Okay.
Okay.
Not to be a creep, right?
Yowza.
Yes, this is the lantern. This is a little casing for wearable rings of all the lantern cores in the DC universe, including the White Lanterns and Black Lanterns. I like the Green Lantern core lore. As much as I wish DC would use someone else to expand upon the space section of the DC universe in a significant way, but I still like the Lantern cores. My favorite being Red Lanterns. I'm still salty that not each and every Lantern core doesn't have their at least rapid succession limited series. All of them could have their own ongoing series, to be honest.
This is fire.
I'm salty. So while I'm waiting for DC to use their brain, I'll just be sporting any of these Lantern rings, specifically Black Lantern and Red Lantern.
Yeah. I say we all go half and get these rings.
We all go half.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can share it.
The math ain't.
Okay, teacher. Okay, teacher.
It exists.
All right, it's on you.
Oh, this is me.
Of course, it's a teacher.
So, I like to read books. I like to have somewhere to put.
Oh, that is nice.
All of my things, and this is perfect. It's like a little whimsical, It's fun. It's not a typical bookshelf, and I will use this at work or at home.
Yeah, now I don't like it. That screenshot made me hate it.
Which one?
The one or two bookcases. I'm too organized. It's too much for me right now. It's annoying me.
I thrive in organized chaos, and this is very chaotic looking, and it's just...
I like it in a corner like that, but two of them symmetrically across from each other.
That doesn't make sense to me. It would have to be a little off, not exactly the same.
Okay, here goes the guy that's been winning the Preciouses since he said he's been winning them since the beginning of time.
Yo, why it seemed like you're a little jealous? Like, what's going on, bro?
Let's go.
Why
hating that?
Why can't I just
look what he pops up with?
A little salt in that tone.
I want to continue on my trend of AI. Fang, can you please stop slurping on camera, please? Please. It's really annoying. Please. All right. AI desk robot companion works with ChatGPT, enabled with voice commands, dance feature, interactive robot pet with personality. You can take it on home, put it on your desk, run it across the floor. It'll play games. It'll talk back with you. Man, this thing is cool. Yeah,
where's the dance feature?
It's somewhere else. I don't know.
Is there a video?
It's got feet. Let's go.
Yay.
There you go. So I guess that's all the pieces. It's the book. And then you put it. Oh, that's this little charger thing it'll go back to. Okay. So you just, why I need so much space? Can we get something with less space?
I guess saying that answers your earlier question.
Yeah.
He does want them in his home. Very much so.
That thing don't dance.
I'll take a little. I'll take a little tabletop thing versus big gigantic. I don't like that $30,000 robot thing that people buying and ordering. Nah, I'm good on that. I don't need none of that. Definitely don't need none of that at all. But I definitely want cheaper views, huh? Sorry. All right. Shout out to them. All right, so let's get down to, now that we've got the precious out of the way. Oh, we got to go to commercial. When we come back, we got our special guests. You know what I'm saying? And we are going to get into some fun. Let's go.
One time for your mind, it's your man Mastermind, host of the indie show All Things Indie. your new favorite podcast that's secretly a late night talk show. Join the movement every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on thevclife.com.
Have you heard this before?
I love your hoodie. It's so comfortable. Can I keep this? Pretty please?
Oh, hell no!
It's hoodie season, and your wardrobe is being hunted by that special someone. So what do?
Break up with her until spring?
No.
Oh?
What then? Go to vvcmerch.com and buy hoodies for her, so she will stay away from your stuff. It doesn't even have to be her size, it can be your size. She's still gonna wear it.
So I gotta buy her stuff so I can keep my own?
Exactly. Hoodies from the Black Nerd Collection, or embrace her independent queen energy with an indie show hoodie. vvcmerch.com has you covered and smothered like brown gravy on pepper steak and white rice.
I'm just gonna hide my hoodies. You're crazy.
You'll be single before Thanksgiving. Don't say I didn't warn you. thevcmerch.com is your only hope.
All right, whole team is in the building. So, you know what I mean? Make sure you get that merch. Make sure you sign up on a Patreon. And definitely on Tuesday nights, check out our man, Mastermind, and the Indie Show. But now we have the great honor and a pleasure. A group of gentlemen we met when we were at Baltimore Comic-Con. We got to spend a little bit of time with them. We actually shot an interview, which will be coming out soon. It has not dropped yet. It's on me. It's on me, not on him fame. It's on me. But we wanted to bring them on the show. They've got a brand new book that's about to drop. We definitely wanted to talk to them. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for TJ Sterling and Ade Haru. Did I say it right?
I think that was it. You got it right.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, family. What up? Good evening.
What up, fellas?
I want to thank y'all for bringing me on the one podcast I can't show my kids. Thank you. That robot chicken intro was like, yo.
Oh yeah, my bad. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, my bad.
No, it's all good. No, I don't. It's all good. I just wasn't ready for that because okay. I set the tone and the tenor. It gave me structure. It gave me stricture. It gave me chills. I'm here now though. Let's go, family. You get to be that age now, and every time you go, they go, hey. Get to know each other a little better.
That's exactly how they talk. They be real casual about the conversation. It's not the most comfortable though. But I appreciate you gentlemen making time to come rock with us. I know y'all be working that, man. Like y'all are the definition of how to get it in the con circuit. You know what I'm saying? Getting the table. Y'all are you confident. You know what I'm saying? You guys are outgoing. You speak to people. You are articulate. You know, y'all are not afraid to say, good day, brother. Good day, brother. Do you like to read? Do you like comics? Well, let me talk to you about the goodness of Jesus Christ. Come right over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I love that. So, you know, and then you got a dope product. So it's not as hard to sell. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have the classic black dichotomy. You got the dark-skinned brother and the light-skinned brother. So y'all are just covering the whole gambit. So shout out to y'all, man.
Thank you very much. I think
it's play energy.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right. So we brought you on the show because we want to know. Y'all been working y'all butts off, and y'all gave us a glimpse. Y'all gave us a little tiddly bit of what's coming out. I need y'all to start getting your promotion game on. Come on, pitch us what we about.
Nice. The book is in hand. Nice.
Yes. This is me and Ade's brand new book that drops on the 28th of this month. This is MUSA Lion of Mali, historical retelling of the Mansa Musa legend. This character is not just a character. He's a real man that lived and breathed the same air that we all breathe on the western part of the continent of Africa, you know, in Ghana, what was then called Mali, actually. And this man did so many amazing things, and we really wanted to be able to kind of like take the history of what he actually did and kind of educate everybody, but also throw in lots of elements of fantasy. It's a 120-page graphic novel. It's available on Kickstarter for a pre-order. But the cool thing is, y'all just saw, I just gave you a flash of the book. It's technically done. It's here. It's literally a book that exists in real time as we speak. So we're going to get this to you as fast as we can. And we're very, very, very excited. This is the 5th book from the Ray Media universe. I'm collaborating with my brother Ade Haru and Giant Killer Press to bring you this amazing story. So yeah, Ade, take it away. Tell them a little more.
Oh yeah, 100 pages. It's the first 100 in the chronicles of a 5-part epic. So TJ came to me about 5 years ago and said, "Yo, I really want to tell this story. I really want to tell it with you." And I was like, "Yo, I'm down." And so we sat down and we architected our vision of that world. And so this book is 120 pages, 100 pages of story, 20 pages of back matter. So we're throwing in a lot of the behind the scenes, how the sausage gets made into the book. But this is the first book. It starts with young MUSA. As you see on the, I guess if you're looking at it, it's on the right hand side, if you're facing the screen, we're building our way up to the older MUSA. So this first story is him being young, him being adventurous, him being a live by the sword, die by the sword type of dude, or I like to call him YN MUSA. And he's doing his thing. And then we're going to have him go up against someone who represents a lot of the darker elements of an expansive, ever-growing Mali empire. So it's him and his brother Suleiman, his uncle the King Abu Bakari. They represent the Keita family, the descendants of Sundiata, the legendary Sundiata. If you know world history, that name means something to you. And so they are building Mali up, and they're just getting bigger and bigger. And there are certain elements out in the outer territories that aren't feeling it. And the chief among them is our villainess. I use that term very loosely. White Aminata. She's angry. She ups the pole on him, and she steps to him.
Sweet. Can I please?
Go ahead,
but I want to know what was, because those of us that do know out there about Mansa Musa, what was the inspiration 5 years ago from now? Like, what made y'all decide to start this journey to actually retell his story?
Well, it's always been a story that we wanted to tell. Like, TJ approached me because it had been, and I don't want to speak too much for you, bro, but like TJ tells stories nobody's ever told before. He likes to deep dive and really mine these narratives. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, we're telling another King Arthur story. We're doing Robin Hood. We're doing Beowulf. Like, there are stories that need to be told out there. And he just happened to know that I'm a bit of a history buff. I was a huge Pan-African, especially at that time. And I was always, every time we talked, every conversation, I was like dropping little hints of Black history and all this and diaspora history. And so we just landed on that. I'm glad you asked though, because most people ask, why are you starting with young Musa? Why aren't you just doing like old man Musa or middle-aged Musa in the trip to Mecca? For us, it was really important for us to tell a story that had impact, that had gravitas. And at the time, 5 years ago, just nobody else was doing it. And to this day, nobody else is doing it. Like, you're not going to, when we go live on Black Friday on November 28th, we're not running up against a whole packed market of people telling Mansa Musa stories. We're the ones who decided to tell that story because it needed to be told. And honestly, you just don't know when it hits you, like inspiration, the ancestors, whoever it is speaking to you, it just, things fall into place. And we've been blessed for this past 5 years to really have all those pieces fall into place. Like we wrote the script with no problem. We did the world building. We ran into little to no issue with the art team. Like, it really was a labor of love. And the hard part was sitting on this idea for this amount of time, seeing it take shape, seeing how amazing it could be, and knowing that it wasn't quite done yet. And then when it was done, trying to find that right moment to hit. And that's where we are now. End of this month is the right moment to hit.
Nice.
Well, so
one thing I just want to say is I want to congratulate you guys thank you guys so much for doing this, because I feel like as a fellow creator myself and someone who is deep into like all kinds of cultures, I really appreciate what you guys are doing, because I feel like, especially in the modern day climate, there's not enough of y'all out there, because you aren't doing this out of a trend of like, oh, it's trendy to do African stuff, African mythology. You're doing this because you understand the importance of it. Meanwhile, a lot of other people out there would just settle for just a Black King Arthur story. You want to go further and be like, no, we want to tell our own history. And if they can tell fantasy stories with their real life historical figures, we could do that too, and all that. And I really like the fact you use Mansa Musa, because I remember Like I remember there was a content creator, forgot their name, but it was around the time Assassin's Creed Shadows came out, and they're saying, yeah, cool, we got Yasuke, but it's like she's like, can we see the Mali Empire with Mansa Musa? Because there's a lot of history we could be doing Assassin's Creed with that. And that hit me. I'm like, that's a great idea, actually, kind of thing. Especially with it being West Africa, because for me, it's like that's where we come from. I mean, it's not even for me, that's an actual fact. The slaves came from under the Sahara, West Africa. While there may be some of us that are descended from Egypt definitively, a lot of us come from that specific region. So this is definitively our history, kind of thing. So I just can't thank y'all enough for making it.
No, I appreciate that. A lot of folks tried to hit, and I don't want to speak out of turn for the rest of the industry, but like when Black Panther hit, that was like, oh, let's tell something African, let's tell something African, let's tell something African. Yeah. That wave had already come and gone by the time TJ and I had started this. Like they were showing Black Panther on TNT while we were writing the script. That means it had already been out, been streamed. Everybody had already taken their kids to see it. Like it was, I'm not saying old news and old hat, but like people weren't checking for Wakanda like that. They were waiting for the sequel, but we were working on something that was going to be a bigger deal because we weren't trying to just be like, and I'm trying to be offensive here. We're not two Jewish guys trying to add a black guy to the pantheon like Herbie and Lee were. We're two black guys who really know that, like, we have a lot of unsung heroes. Like, we don't need a Luke Skywalker. We don't need a Peter Parker. We got real life superheroes. Yeah, I live in Baltimore. Yeah. This is Tubman City. Like, that's the most real life superhero there ever was. Before there was a Steve Rogers, there was a Harriet Tubman, as far as I'm concerned. So that's just what it is.
And I wanted to add that this being the fifth book that we've come out with at Ray Comics, all the books before were either in the space of sci-fi fantasy, and while it was furthering Afrofuturism and expanding on ideas that hadn't been created, this idea that kind of gestated in my mind was seeing a person that lived and, basically defied all kind of laws of physics and even mythology, just defying what these laws were and solidifying himself as one of the most talked about people in the history of ever. And be like, yo, this would be cool to tell a story that's grounded in reality, but at the same time adding a little bit of a sword and sorcery tale to it, a little bit of a twist where we could add in some mythical elements to just for entertainment purposes. But when people read this book, they're going to get some education. And if you read anything about the Mansa Musa story, it is very, very interesting. There's a lot of lore to it. When they talk about they were a sailing nation, so they had ships. They had been to America before, Columbus and way many other people did. So there's lots and lots of stuff that they don't necessarily want to talk about in a day. And I've discussed this many times that being in the American school system, they don't like teaching, uplifting pieces of Black history to our people. They would rather teach you the slavery piece and then also the piece of civil rights. But then a lot of that stops right there. I mean, I know I didn't really get my dose of full-on Black history until I purposely took African studies class in college. Like when I had that as a whole part of what I was going to school for, it opened my mind up to all these different possibilities. And really, when you are the first man, the first woman, you have a breadth of stories that you can tell going all the way back to time. And there's really no, that's why I'll be telling a lot of kids, like when I'm on a panel or I'm on a podcast, like a lot of times all you have to do is look forward, look deep into, and you're going to find a cool story. You don't need to, hey, I want to make a Black Superman character. Like we already, we already have our own mythical characters that eclipse that are more informed. So I think when people get a chance to read this book, they're going to see something that they've never seen before, not just because it's Mansa Musa in comic book form, but the type of storytelling, the type of genre, and the type of yarn that we're putting out there for everybody to unravel.
I'm excited.
I am.
I'm jumping in. So, like, my question to you guys is, now that the Mansa Musa space is starting to heat up, have you guys had a meeting with Michael B. Jordan and whatchamacallit to see if y'all can collaborate?
Listen, so everybody watching this video, I ran into his manager. Well, I ran into his agent at New York Comic Con. And, I had been emailing him for months saying, hey, man, I got this heat right here that you need to look at. You need to read this. I can get a copy in his hands. I can get a PDF. Just holler at me. And they took a copy of the book. A gentleman named Eric Reed. We got a blast out. The diaspora needs to knock on his door and say, we need this movie. Make sure that you tell my MBJ and Kugler that this needs to get made. So to answer your question, we're working on it.
So what we need you to do here is, one, Kickstarter. Everybody watching, go get the Kickstarter.
Yes, sir.
Second, hashtag Michael is MUSA. Let's go.
Okay.
Michael B. MUSA. Let's go.
Oh, better.
I would love that.
I mean, there are other. One thing I feel like we have to remember is there are other Black directors in Hollywood too, as well. Because I'm just a little joke. Because I feel like, because I know it is a joke, but I feel like because of Black Panther, we kind of do forget there are other people who do want to tap into that.
I know that.
Yeah, I want to say Wesley Armstrong would be was good, would be incredible to direct this movie. I say Kugler only at first because he's his producing partner for MBJ. They work on a lot of projects together. I know they were supposed to be working on it together, but I mean, I think Jordan Peele would do a great job too. There's a lot of incredible directors. I mean, shoot, if we throw it back to OG Spike Lee, I mean, he could do a great job too.
Yeah.
Give him the budget.
Okay, this is where I would have to jump in and say the reason specifically why that production team would work best above all those other people you listed is they can command a $400 million budget, $500 million budget to give it the scale and the look, the authentic, and then focus on the authenticity. It's like all of the other directors
they have the portfolio.
They've got a portfolio, but Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler are used to getting $300 million, $400 million for just to do one film. You know what I mean? Whereas the rest of them, they all get a production deal of $100 million to do 7 films. And they're trying to split up this money to make sure they can do these smaller films. Exactly. So when you're dealing with the whites and you're dealing with other cultures, you want to know, can you deal with things at a certain scale? And you ain't gonna run off without money. And they've proven multiple times that they've been able to do it, and it becomes successful. You know what I mean? So that would be
all
my
valid
only
points, brother. All valid points.
So no,
I What were you saying, Jay?
I was saying no disrespect to the other greats, because everybody y'all mentioned between Antoine Fuqua and Spike Lee and all of those are phenomenal greats in our culture. You know what I'm saying? I just I want to make sure that they don't skimp on the budget.
I will say too is like if that does happen, I do hope what's his name? Because when it comes, I've studied his track record, and when it comes to like comic books and stuff like that, I haven't seen him care too much about the source material besides the surface level stuff. And for me as a comic book fan, if it ain't at X-Men 97 level, aka 90 to 99%, it's like it feels like it misses the magic a little bit. You know what I mean?
I feel like you and I would be absolute best friends, Sloan.
my man.
I feel like people would hate us, but they'd love to see us together. I'm with you 110%. I actually, when X-Men first came out, like the Singer movie came out, I got kicked off Yahoo for 6 weeks. I was in high school. It was the one scene where Wolverine pops the claws and doesn't recognize Sabretooth. I went online to a forum and told and said, Bryan Singer was doing an AMA at the time. I was like, don't let me catch you. And so at 16 years old, I got kicked off of Yahoo, which was my only internet access at the time, like my only whatever. So I couldn't do Yahoo Messenger because I told Bryan Singer I'd catch him if I caught him lacking. That's what it was. I didn't even know he was out here doing stuff to little boys, which is a whole other reason to kick him in the game.
Wow.
But yeah, I was a purist.
You had it right.
So
yeah,
Beirut the hero.
Saw the future.
The prisoner 42287.
The last question before we go to commercial break, because I wanted to know who was all involved in the in this project in the MUSA line of Mali.
Quite a few people. I mean, me and Ade are co-creators, co-writers. So it started with us, this idea, fleshing out the world itself, the world building, and then bringing on the team. We hired a bunch of really great artists throughout the diaspora. We started with Stanley Obende, who's actually from Ghana, who did chapter 1. Nice. Then we got Wellington Nomo, who did chapter 2, who's a Black Dominican Republic individual. And then we had Ray Anthony Height. We've got some cover and art from Kanan White and Karen Grant. Shoot, who else we got? We got Mario Teresi. We also have Sean Damian Hill, a DMV local who's doing work for Marvel and DC right now. So the team is stacked, and everybody did an absolutely fantastic job. And we're very, very grateful to have them and their contribution to the book.
Nice.
Okay. So I know we're gonna go to commercial. Can I squeeze in one more question, please? Just one more quick question. All right. So will we possibly see a multiverse come out of this? Are we gonna get a multitude of Avenger style characters? And then are we gonna get plushie toys and like other stuff to come out of this? You know, I'm just
Listen.
there we go.
Dave, let me listen. I gotta be honest with y'all, man. I might be the dude that I hate anything that's multiverse. I can't stand it. To me, it's been that drum has been rung so much that the skin is broken off of it. Like there's really nothing more to tell with multiverse stuff or even cross pollinating a universes. I think good quality siloed stories is cool. I mean, I'm open to stuff if it feels organic, but I do like this idea of plushies in I know action figures a day. Let's tell them about the action figure idea.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the thing is, we really wanted to. So first of all, he mentioned Wellington Nomo, right? Nomo. So he was not only did he do chapter 2, he is our concept artist. The art that you showed with young MUSA and older MUSA, like he stepped in and he made all that work. He brought all that to life. It'd be a shame.
Nice.
To not dip into the merch there. Like these are characters who like he took a look at our concepts and our ideas and he just breathed into them. He poured into them. And it's nice to see them come to life on the page. It'd be even nicer to have them on my shelf with the rest of my nerd stuff. So even like I'm supply and demand when it comes to being a nerd. So I mean I'll put it out there, but I wanted to. And so I'm not ruling it out. I know that as we push the Kickstarter and as we find more and more success and as the story takes shape, we're open to a lot. Like I don't want to be in a position where we tell the fans this is all you gonna get. Like this was our love letter to the diaspora. Like this was our entree for me, especially as someone who's not heavily published, who has a pretty low profile. Like this is the big project for me. Like this is my shot across the bow to say this is what I do. This is how I do it. I'm repping my set. I'm with my brother to do it. But there's so much to do. And what we're really excited about right now is getting the books in everyone's hands so they can come back to us and say, oh, we really love insert character here. Or why is this town like that? Or are we going back to the castle for that? And I'm not saying that our story is not written, but we do have space in our narrative for the love that we expect to get for this book. We want it to be a book that reflects our ideology, that reflects what we love about sequential art and storytelling. But we're not foolish enough to know that when people love something, they pour into it financially, but also just energetically. Like this is not a project we made because we got together and said, we tell the MUSA story. We got together and said, we want to tell this story. We want it to be the biggest and best it can be, which is why when we started creating it, it was never about just making a comic. It was about building the world. Like we met for months and months just building book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ancillary characters before we ever put page 1 of the script on the computer screen. And so it can be whatever it's going to be.
Man. All right. Well, we got the two of you hostage. That means you got to be here for the rest of the show. And you have to comment on things as we go along. This is not a time for y'all to be quiet. All right. So because none of us are educated enough for Jalen's questions, I'm glad we have two educated brothers that can write to come help us with this riddle.
Riddle me this, Batman.
All right. You guys ready?
Never.
No. You going
first
anyway.
I don't think you guys got last week's either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's start with last week's then.
He wasn't here last week, luckily.
Oh, no, the week before.
Yeah, and we still ain't get it. Let's go. Shame us.
So 2 weeks ago, the question was, I am always coming, but never arrive. I am always changing, yet stay the same. You can save me, but I am impossible to keep. I am the only thing that can be spent, but cannot be bought.
Time.
Not time, but you are close.
A woman's orgasm. No, wait.
Wow.
I avoided that one like the plague. You dove right into it, didn't you, sir? Good on you. You are a braver soul than most.
You know.
I'm sorry.
That's what you want to call it.
You said
But the answer. Any more guesses before I reveal the last riddle's answer?
Could you repeat it one more time?
I am always coming, but never arrive. I am always changing, yet stay the same. Y'all are some assholes. First off. You can save me, but I am impossible to keep. I am the only thing that can be spent, but cannot be bought.
Tomorrow?
Wait, who said it?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the answer.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
Bro, that was
good.
That was amazing. Yeah,
now for
bro.
the real one.
All right.
All right. So this week.
Okay, this one is just as long. I have no voice, but I tell all stories. I am broken often, yet I am easily renewed. I can be lost or found, but I am never truly gone. The more of me you seek, the harder I am to grasp.
My Netflix subscription.
Dude, that feels like time, feels like life. It feels like a couple things.
Love?
Say that.
No.
This is so deep. All right, everybody, get in them comments and tell us what y'all think. All right. So, how much time you want to put on this before? Because we got a lot of ground to cover. All right. So, anybody else got a guess? 3.
I want to say the Bible, but that's not it.
No.
That's a good guess, though.
That's a great guess right there.
A good guess, man.
I
All
broke
right.
a lot of Bibles.
Well,
okay.
No
That
one
was
this
weird.
week.
Facts. All right, let's get into our next segment. You know,
Black Dog said a book.
No, not a book.
All right.
And shout out to Remy. He said those hoodies. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right, let's get into our game segment. All right, so let's get into some stuff about Judgment Day.
Judge souls based off the lives they've lived and determine if they deserve an eternity of joy or pain. Shuffle through paperwork in purgatory and interrogate clients to better understand where they should be sorted according to ancient guidelines. Unfortunately, not every person fits neatly into a box of either good or evil. So you'll need to reference holy texts across different faiths, navigate divine politics and absurd rules, and follow your own sense of justice to ensure you can live with your decisions. But watch out, as your co-workers might have their own motives too. And since you work alongside angels and demons, you might want to take their advice with a grain of salt. Will you play by Purgatory's rules to save your own soul, or change the game forever and watch the consequences across the entire universe? If you like discovering chill games, follow me for more recommendations. This game is called Next Soul Please and is set to release later this year. Best enjoyed with a heavenly brew that blends sinful with sweet, like a black tea blended with strawberry and cacao nibs. A decadent tea that tastes just like chocolate strawberries in a mug.
At the end with the whole description.
It was so random.
What was that? It threw me off.
Yeah, facts. But shout
I
out
would
to
play
her.
this.
Yes. Oh, okay, good. So you would play this. I thought that was completely interesting when I first saw it. I was like, bro, I gotta bring this to the show. All right, here we go. Here go Fame with the face. All right, bro. Go ahead and tell us how crappy it is. And
I got nothing negative. I'm just gonna say that I'm not playing that slop.
What?
Derogatory.
Yeah, what? You had to go that far with
That's
it, bro.
it. That's it. I'm just done there.
Like Judgment Day, but I can pass judgment. Oh yeah.
See a sword and an axe in the background.
You have a great day. You have the
Yeah.
day you deserve. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Okay, Mr. Ade, how about you?
I don't know. My backlog, I still got PS2 games, PS2, 3, 4, PSP, 3DS, DS. Like, I'll get to it eventually, sure. It looks like it's fun. Like, only gaming I get done is when my kids sitting on the couch next to me. And right now, I'm just playing a lot of Lego Marvel. So I'll get to it, maybe. It's a nice concept.
What about you, sir?
Yo, it definitely looks different. I mean, I feel like it's got like an indie flair to it. Like, you know, there's a small team of people building it, and I usually like to give those people my attention first before anything. I haven't played many games in a while. I am more of an old school game head, so I still got like my little Super Nintendo I pop out from time to time, my Sega Genesis, or you got like a mod on my computer to play. So, but yeah, I mean, it gives indie, so I'd be happy to check it out at least for an hour. And if I don't like it, I never play it again.
Okay. And last but not least, Sloan, would you
I don't know, because I feel like, I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like it would be a little bit disinteresting, because when they have the whole aspect of like, oh, angels and demons give you advice, it's like I would just listen to the angels, because if you know me, what's his name? I'm like, I quote Azrael from Arkham Knight when he left Batman. You know the quote I'm talking about?
No, sir.
Oh yeah, after he dapped a Batman, because he said, "You did the right thing, Michael." He says, "I do no one's bidding but God's," so that's what I'd be doing. So it's like if heaven says burn, you gonna burn. That's what I'm gonna click. That's it. So it's kind of disinteresting because I know what decisions I'm gonna be picking.
Okay, shout out to you. All right, Jesus' right hand man. Go ahead.
Zombie game looks insane. You can build the ultimate survival bus, build a fortress, and defend it against massive zombie hordes. And if you die, you come back as one of them. I'm Shared XP. I cover co-op games only, so follow for more. In Zeverland, you and your squad scavenge resources, craft weapons, and fortify your moving fortress as you drive across a huge open world. Every night, the hordes get stronger, forcing you to fight, move, or rebuild. And when infection hits, you don't just lose, you switch sides and lead the undead. Zeverland is Rust meets Left 4 Dead, and it's looking wild. Wishlist it now on PC.
All right, here we go. Guns and killing and running around. Excited? Everybody excited?
It's the kind of game I would watch my wife play. My wife is the one who plays those types of games. I'm the kid. I was a kid who got motion sickness playing GoldenEye. So me playing all that, like, I'm not even ashamed of it. I can't help it. I can't help how I'm built. But my wife is the one who will actually, like, she'll deep dive. Like, she's playing Days Gone right now and all that. Horizon. She's playing Horizon Zero Dawn, the original complete edition. So I would sit on the couch and watch her do that while I write a script.
Okay, shout out to you for being a real. All righty then. All right. Anybody else want to add to this before we move on?
I love playing as zombies, so if we do play this game, I'm gunning it for zombie, and we eating all y'all.
That's fire, because I'm going to be on the other fence of it, and you're never getting through. I play this plenty hours. I'm a
smart zombie. I'm a smart zombie, okay? I'm lurking on the stalking when you least suspect
We'll
it.
see about that, bud. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, it's available for pre-order.
Yeah, facts. I'll get it for both of y'all for Christmas. All right, let's move right along.
Sweet.
Game that will tell you to go outside, set tasks for you in the real world, and help with your anxiety. The best part is you can try it out for free today, so here's everything you need to know. I'm Madmorph, I post about good games to play, so follow for more. This game is like FaceTiming an old friend, but through your conversations, she gives you tasks and encouragement. She might tell you to start reading a new book, go outside, and have a little you time. It wants you to then turn the game off and come back later or tomorrow. It's designed to help you with anxiety, internet addiction, and to start healthy habits. It's being made by only 2 people, and there is a story to uncover too about this old friend of yours through conversations, mini-games, and a visual novel with a branching narrative. Your decisions actually matter. Will this be a game for everyone? Absolutely not. Could it be important and helpful to some people? You'd like to think so. So would you play this game? And what do you think the real story is with your friend on the FaceTime? Because I think she might be a ghost, or maybe she's been in an accident, but maybe I'm just been traumatized by too many indie games with sad stories. It's called Irene The Window.
Remember the time I went into the mountains? Back then,
before it all began.
What in the lovely bones?
I only chose this because I was trying to add complete variety. I like bringing different styles of games to the show.
Bro, when you gotta explain yourself, you know.
So it helps with internet addiction by giving you something that you would never be addicted to.
Yeah, you won't be addicted to Irene. Nope, not at all.
And Karen.
I know a couple of anxiety people that function like chihuahuas who would need this game.
Yeah, I like the concept, I guess, of what the goal is, but I mean, it does look like it needs some work, or maybe it's supposed to look a little like obtrusive, so they want to get you out of it. I don't know. It's different.
TJ, Irene put her hand on your hand. It's intrusive, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Gotta get out of the sun. Gotta get her outside.
Well,
right. Just so she can call you back in.
Yo.
I've been waiting on you all day.
All right. So let's pivot out of this segment and into the news. Boy. All right, we are back, man. We've got so much stuff that we got to get into. Man. So
wait, before we get into the news, main topic, bro. Main topic.
My bad.
Yeah, because I can just imagine this week.
What's the main? Can you break down the main topic for us, sir?
The main topic this week is Drawn to the Future. So it's comic books in the era of tech. So, I came up with this as soon as I knew that you guys was going to be on the show, because I had some pretty interesting questions at a few of the cons and just passing with other artists that I've been getting to help me with merch and stuff. And I want to know what tools right now in 20, because I know it was just, it's pen and paper when we was in high school. It's 2025. What tools are you guys using now to draw, to come up with creative ideas, from the Apple Pencil, sketch pads, drawing tablets? What are you using, and what do you guys suggest for, I guess, up and coming artists to use?
Oh yeah, the tech part is a lot of fun to experiment with. I mean, I do think that pencil on Bristol board, and then an inker coming in with an actual kind of like a calligraphy style inking pen would basically bring in those graphic black shapes on top of the pencil art, and then eventually will be scanned into computer to be colored. So you had at least two processes that were still done by hand, and some people still do that. It kind of depends on the preference, but I think a lot of folks now are doing their layouts or sometimes final art on the computer, on a tablet, on a screen, whether it's Procreate or whether it's Clip Studio Paint. One of the two are really, really great for that. iPad's got another software for drawing that's actually pretty decent. I personally, when I'm drawing comics or any type of pinup art, I always use Clip Studio. I started working in Photoshop, not as good as Clip Studio in terms of how intuitive it is, but coloring does happen in Photoshop. We put the book together in Adobe InDesign and stuff like that. Dave, if you want to speak to some of the writing tools.
I mean, even the art stuff. Like, so I have two jobs. I have the day job and the odd day job. We're talking about my odd day job here. For my day job, I work in the training and development learning space for the federal level. Like, I just left U.S. Postal Service, where I was director of training development. And so I'm working, like, that's my background, as well as the folks that I was leading. So I had a team of 25 people, and my background's in media production. So I've worked in that space as well. And my like me making rent, me making mortgage depends on my ability to do that. So I've got Clip Studio Paint and all of that as well. But on the writing front, it really is just like whatever I can write in. Like I'll write in Notepad, I'll write in my text. Like I have an open text chat to myself on my phone, where, like, if I'm in the middle of something, I don't want to record myself, I'll just write ideas down and just send it to me, and it'll come to me at my thing, so I have it right there on the spot. Google Docs is my bread and butter, man. Like Google, like everything Google, their whole suite. So Docs, Sheets, all of that, like anything where I can get access to my stuff in real time. Like for me, I would go around with these like little small Mead notebooks, like little fat ones you can get at Walmart, and I would just fill them up and fill them up and fill them up and run out of ink and run out of lead in my pencils. And then eventually I guess I realized it's the 21st century and I can just get the ideas down. But I really write and work in anything that allows me to collaborate. So again, with the Google stuff, I can do the work and then share it with folks. Or I can set up folders where folks can drop in their art and all that. Like really, it is about being collaborative in that way. It's something that's intuitive, to TJ's point, with Clip Studio Paint, but it's also just, in my experience, making sure that when you're done, you can get it to the next person in line to get the work done, whether it's for review, quality assurance, editing, or looking at what you wrote or what you put together so they can get their work done. So a lot of that.
Sloan, what you using right now?
What I'm using? On my PC. It's ST. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Spectre Monitor.
Slow. What you using when you're creating right now? What tools are you using in the 21st century? Because you know you're a baby in the 21st century. So, what tools are you being raised on?
Tools.
Like you use the drawing pad.
I used to draw in my notebook, but to jot down ideas, I just use any notebook I get my hands on, preferably the Diary of a Wimpy Kid notebooks, because I like to keep myself analog because technology can be hacked, so I don't want anybody stealing my ideas and all that. But to create content, I just use my phone. I use CapCut and sometimes Canva. Like I used Canva when CapCut wasn't available in the US. But since it's back now, I use CapCut. I use Instagram's video stuff, like mainly for the green screen, because the green screen on Instagram, just for pictures and stuff, I like the way that functions better. But for like video green screens, I use CapCut. But it's based 90% CapCut, 10% Instagram's editing stuff and all. But that's what I usually use.
Okay.
And Jay, I already know what you're doing for tools. As they say, we on Google Docs like crazy.
Yeah, I mean the whole Google suite. We use GChat for our communication. We use Sheets to keep track of our monthly numbers. I use Docs.
Google Docs a lot.
Run down. Yeah, man. If I was to show y'all my Google Docs joint, it goes on for infinity. I even use Google Sites. Google has free websites. I use Google Sites. I use, Google got tons of stuff. I use Google phone numbers, Google Meet, but the other, I would say the biggest creative visual tool I use is Canva. I never thought that I would be like addicted to Canva to the point where I like everything that I do creatively is kind of like at its core being run through Canva. So I use Gemini to create images and videos, and then I drop it into Canva, and I shape it and turn it and put it into what I need it to be. So I never thought that I would be using Canva the way I do, but shout out to Canva. Now, Google just dropped their own version of Canva that is available publicly, but I have not had an opportunity to mess with it, but I look forward to it soon. Jalen, what about you?
Is it
Google
free?
Suite,
I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
I was just asking if the Google one was free, because I think that's a big thing for folks when it comes to the subscription versus a free thing.
It's probably going to be a free level and then a paid level. You know what I mean? However, considering the fact that I spent $30 a month now, a company account with Canva is if they around 30, they don't have, because if I feel like this Google is going to integrate with all the other suite of things that we have, oh my God, that's just going to make my life even more easy. But I'm sorry, Jalen, take it away. Thank you. That was a good question, sir.
Just honestly, just Canva and Google Suite. That's pretty much all I use.
Okay.
I'll use my notes on my phone, and then I'll copy it into Google Docs, which now I just use Google Docs exclusively. Yeah.
I wish. I can't stop using notes in my phone because it's quicker to open than it is to go start a new Google Doc. All right, but
It is,
the,
but that's for personal stuff.
true,
Yeah.
but
If I know I'm
not for
gonna
me.
have to like upload anything anywhere, I put it on Google Docs so I can just pull it up on the computer and it's just there.
Okay, well, allow me to pivot because I did you said something that was dope. A day. I did. I keep doing it the other way. I'm
Just
thinking about
just don't call me Steve, and we're good, sir.
perfect, Steve. I mean, dang. No. With you being in a tech and teaching and stuff, and I know Jamal is a hell of a teacher. And TJ, this question for you too: How can tech help indie creators publish and market their comics now in this space? As Jay said, we have Canva. I know I've been using Notion for my video games and Trello just to keep it down, Google Analytics. But what are some of the tools that you guys are using? Because you guys are on Kickstarter. So it's even, what tools do you use? And then what would you tell an indie artist this day and age? Here goes some tools to help you get started right now.
I'll be super brief because when it comes to that kind of thing, TJ, between the two of us, he's the veteran and then some. I think what it really boils down to is accessibility and availability, right? Like, so you're looking at how soon you can get, like TJ mentioned, subscription versus free, but then you're talking about how easy it is to pick it up and put it down. Canva is a great option. Like you pick it up, it's very intuitive. And then from there, it's just how much you then have to put into it, how much, whether it's time or money, so you can get good enough to get it lined up for production. So you can sit down, you can be like, okay, well, I'm so at all these things and put together a haphazard thing, or you can take the time to get in and make it work. Like for me, in the industry I'm working in, I'm always pushing certs. I'm always telling people like, go get a cert. Like I run my younger cousins, I run all these folks who are like, oh, I'm gonna go to school to do this. I'm like, yeah, you can do that, or you can go get a cert and get paid, $50,000 more a year just for having it right out the gate from the giddy up. Like I went to UNC Chapel Hill and I thought it was a big deal in North Carolina. I should have gone to my community college and just gotten those certs and build up that body of work based on that. So I think it really is accessibility and availability. TJ?
Yes, to that point, accessibility kind of boils down to something very, very simple: is how easy is the learning curve? When I am teaching just random folks about comics, whether there's somebody's working with me directly or whether I'm teaching my class at the Kubert School, it's always about what platform and what system works best for you, because each system is different. Some people love digital and that helps their process and their workflow to where they can get pages and artwork done much faster. And then some people are just more inclined to do something more physical stuff with pen on paper. It all kind of depends on what floats your boat, finds that lost remote. You know what I'm saying? So it is always that what makes your life a little bit easier. I always think of these stories, right? So two of my favorite comic books, The Watchmen and The Killing Joke, were drawn by this guy named Brian Bolland. He's a UK dude. He was one of the first people back in the mid 90s to draw a complete digital comic book, but there was no Clip Studio Paint, there was no Procreate, there wasn't any software that made life easy. He was drawing things in Photoshop, and Photoshop is, if anybody's tried it, a really not accessible, easy program to learn, even for the regular basic functions. But drawing in it, it's like basically re-engineering the program to fit a need that
it's not created for.
That's right. So with the advent of things like Procreate and Clip Studio Paint, these are programs by artists for artists that are made to make your life a lot easier. So if you have the opportunity to use the programs that you like, great. I tell people, create the book however you want to create it. Just make sure it's authentic and it's pure to what your vision is. And then you have all these other cool platforms you can put it on. If you want to do something more manga-ish, there is Webtoons, and there's a whole format you can draw within Webtoons. They give you the template. You can draw within the template and everything's set up. Or you can retrofit an existing comic book to fit in the Webtoons format. But there's also stuff like Global Comics where you can, post your digital comics online. There's Kickstarter, so that's basically a direct to market type service. So like you're building a book, an IP, and you can get it into the hands of the people who like that stuff immediately. So there's lots of cool ways of doing stuff. It all kind of comes back to what works best for you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. We pivot into news now, or did you have more questions you needed to get into? How you want to do it?
I wanted you to weigh in on it. On the question.
Okay.
Because I know you're good with the Google Analytics as well. Of course, the social media scheduling. That was your field. So
yeah, I definitely. Well, I mean, I don't know. Give me the question one more time so I can answer it.
Helping indie creators publish and market their comics, or from yeah.
Okay,
that's it.
Number one, analyze how the best do it. Don't fan out. I feel like you got to learn how to turn your brain from fan to business person. So like a lot of times we'll see somebody that we love and we get so caught up in it as a fan that we forget like they're doing a marketing strategy. So like if you can turn that brain from fan to a business brain and then analyze top down, inside and out what somebody's doing, you can dismantle and then re-engineer what you need for yourself. If you learn how to budget. That's number one. I would say number two is use your social medias. They give you all the social media sites now give you tons of information. You can find out who's watching, where they watching, how long they watching, what I'm saying, what part they watching, what part is good. Now they're even all the social media sites are now doing analyzations of your own work before you publish it. So like that has become such a great thing. I would also say find people that are doing it and doing it well, but are accessible. And I know it gets annoying because people will come to me and be like, I want you to mentor me. But it'd be like, you just want me to give you all of my connections and all my information and you don't want to have to do anything. I tell people, find someone that is better than you, but in your reach, and ask to be of service. How can I help you? And while you're helping that,
go ahead, man. I got something I want to add to that right after you're done.
Oh, for sure. And I'll make this quick so you can jump in. Be of service to somebody. And I mean, tell you, every business person I know can't help but drop jewels because we have all struggled and we want to see anybody that's trying succeed. So, don't ever, I feel like a lot of people come in being worried that they're going to be taken advantage of. Be like, yeah, that's what you need. Like, if you can't be useful, nobody wants you around. So come and be useful and learn. Keep your eyes open, pay attention, utilize the resources. But if we're going to talk about physical resources or like software, we've already spoken about all of these other things. I tell people, don't be afraid to go to Shopify to develop. Don't be afraid to go to certain learning platforms. I would say the most important platforms are the ones where you can get educations or even certs, like my brother said. Super, super important. And that I will close Mr. Sharon, make his statement.
Oh yeah, no, you touched on something really powerful here. Mentorship. I mean, that is as important as the program you use because it's the foundation, it's the framework that's supporting you in your journey. And mentoring is definitely kind of changed, I think, because a lot of people, unfortunately, we're in this very interesting space where people, just like you say, kind of want to just be given the game. They don't want to necessarily work for it because we become part of that culture. Like it's the scroll culture. It's the click and I get it in the same minute culture. So I think we have to almost kind of reinforce some older ideas that working for what you want is actually much more rewarding. And, when you come up and you want to get that mentorship, and if you are putting your money where your mouth is, as they say, like, hey, I'm here to support you. I'm going to buy a bunch of your stuff. I'm going to continue to come back and see you every year. I'm hoping that you'll mentor me, things like that. And you put the intention out there, you get a lot of that back. And it becomes a thing where it's a cyclical thing. Like you get what you put in. You feel me? And because I hear these conversations about gatekeeping, and I'm like, yo, I be seeing this shit online. I'm like, but y'all aren't working that hard. You gotta work harder. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people give you the game if you in the trenches working just as hard as they are. I mean, I know when I first started, I'd get some pushback from some of the vets because I was like, yeah, man, but you could just kind of tell me. And it's because I was a kid. I was still like 19 or whatever. And they were like, without saying it, that I'm putting in so much work, and I'd be happy to share these jewels with you if you're working just as hard as me. If we're running in step, there's some parallel energy. And I never forgot that. So ever since, I'm just like, what do I got to do to work just as hard as the vets, if not harder? I want to be in the same type of step and vibe on that same frequency.
Very true.
It's the clickbait question that our viewers tuned in for. And then we can move right into the news.
Let's go.
I'll do the pros and the cons, and I do want y'all to tap in. Does AI threaten or empower comic book artists? The pros: it's faster creative workflow, accessible inspiration and collaboration right then and there. The cons: copyright and artistic integrity risk, and then job displacement and devaluation. How do y'all feel about AI?
Well, your cons list was longer than your pros list, so I already feel like it is what it is. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's a tool, right? Like we can sit here and go, guns, yay or nay, or we can go, I don't know, patent leather shoes, yay or nay. Like it depends on who's using it and what they're using it for. I was in the green room, the virtual green room, listening to you folks talk about it, and I agree with every one of you. It really is like, how do you use it? Like, so I personally, I'm guilty of it. Like, first of all, for my day job, like, people will come to me and go, hey, we need to knock $13 million off our budget. Like, what can AI do? What can AI do? And so I'm sitting there, but for me, I'm also people-centric, people-focused. So first thing I did after that conversation was I went to my team and said, who wants to go get some AI certs on the company? Who's trying to flip that and make that happen? But if that's the day job. For the odd day job, there are times where I literally just have an idea and I don't want to flag down one of the homies, or they're too busy and I can't get a concept done. So I will go to like Midjourney or whatever and just type it in and see what pops up. But that's just me sitting there pooting around, because then when it's time to get it done, I'll go to one of the homies and be like, look, this is what I came up with. Make this real for me.
Yes.
Make this real for me. Like, it's for concept arting. Like, for me, I'm an artist up to a point. Like, I used to be really good at art, but I never got good enough to be TJ. I never got good enough to sell it. Like, for me, I can do storyboarding and all that. That's part of what I do. But if I'm just sitting there, I'm like, God, I need a costume. Like, I need a background hero for a comic. I need a costume. I'll go and just like let it spit it out. And then I'll say, hey, artist who I'm paying, can you make this a thing? And I'll pay them the full price, even if the AI did most of the design work. You just do that. I had a lot of folks come at me last year because I was getting ready to do a lit RPG, a superhero lit RPG on Royal Road. I'll call Prime Exemplars. And I don't know if you know what lit RPG is, but it's basically like solo leveling. So it's like the character was isekai into a superhero comic and he got powers. And I need to create a whole bunch of characters. And every artist I went to, they were like, I ain't never heard of nothing like that. I don't want to do nothing like that. So I sat down while I'm still working on it for the day job, and I just started kicking out characters. The plan was never to sell those characters. It was never to say, I'm making a comic. It's just like, oh, well, this is the character Strong Arm. This is what he looks like. I need a big Puerto Rican dude in a red and white outfit. Boom, it spit it out. And then I would take my copy and put it with that, and then put it online for people to get excited about Prime Exemplars. I never used it to push a comic book. It was to give them a visual aid for a prose story that is chapter by chapter serialized on the Royal Road thing. Conversely, there are people who go, I'm trying to figure out how to do a whole book with AI, so I ain't got to pay nobody, all profit. But the flip side to all that, I like to say, though, is we talk about making a comic and all that. We have people who get like poo-pooed and taken to the woodshed for using AI to make art, but we never look at the people who use AI for editing, for writing the script, for writing their log line and their pitch, for the Kickstarter copy and everything else. Like, AI is all of making a comic, not just like, oh, Marcus Williams did whatever, let's copy his style, or Larry Stroman did whatever, let's copy his style. It really is people trying to shortcut left and right. And to the point that was made that I thought resonated most, it's cheating. It's cheating like a motherfucker. That being said, if I could sit down and just immediately ideate everything in my head, I'd do it in a heartbeat. That being said, though, I wouldn't sell that because that's not the artistry. Like, just like I went to school for English media production, got my master's in creative writing. I respect the energy it took to write. Like, I am a writer. That being said, I look at people like my brother TJ, who went to art school, who's been doing this since he was a child, and I'm like, yo, I really need to respect the work he put in. The AI is never going to be TJ Sterling. You can feed it all the TJ art you ever wanted to feed it, but it's never going to have the heart and the soul. And that's what you're paying for. That's what makes it art and not just a thing you pay for.
I agree.
Yeah, it is an interesting thing because I mean I can confess that I have not used it to create artwork, specifically character art and things of that nature. I have experimented with ChatGPT for text and copy stuff like, hey, here's my bio. Can you shorten my bio? And I think with something like that's text-based AI, I think it is, it's pulling from massive textual resources that are, free to everyone to use, like a thesaurus or a dictionary, so to speak, and all these other things that are again centered around English. So I do think that there is. Now, I'm not going to ask it to write a full script for me. I would never do that. I'm just saying I think there are ways to use it as a tool that's beneficial. In terms of art, I do think that it's a very slippery slope because the big two, Marvel, DC, other comic companies, and conventions as a whole have doubled down on anti-AI stances. So you come into a con with AI and they see it, you get kicked out and you get blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? That just happened at Dragon Con a few months ago in September. You know what I'm saying? So like literally, in my personal opinion and my professional opinion, it's not worth it to jeopardize your artistic career for a cheap, thing that can kind of get you an image like quickly. It's just not worth it, and the moral of our story here as professionals, as creatives, we can work 10 years on a project. And in one moment, all that work can be undone by one bad decision. Yeah. That's just the reality of how professionals work, how business work, how life works. So it is not necessarily fair, but I don't stand behind AI for many reasons. One of the biggest that it does allow people to be less creative, and it allows people to take the easy way out, but it also kind of disenfranchises artists. It does steal from tons of comic book creators, painters, and things like that. If you're creating images, there are people making comics, full comics in AI and losing lots of fans based on that. And there's even a disclaimer on Kickstarter that says, is this project AI? Because we ain't trying to get sued if you put your project on here and raise a bunch of money and then dip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's, it ain't going nowhere. It is a tool. A lot of people use it for various different things. Ray Comics or Ray Media, we have yet to use it for anything art, and we will most likely not use it. I'd much rather push a boulder up a hill to get it done right than anything else. That's just my style. That's how I work. So you already know.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you want me to comment on this?
Add one more thing. Though. I want to quickly just add a little something. So rewind the tape. About last year, I had a conversation with an NFL player that started an AI company, and he's like, yo, man, I built this thing because I wanted to like erase the gatekeeping in comics. I want people to just create freely. I'm like, that's not really what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was like, this is an opportunity. Like, what if, as an alternative, you take an AI system that's not trained on anyone's art, no one's art. And then let's say I want the Ade Haru style artwork on my particular book, or I want the TJ Sterling style, the Fame style of art. And, you literally ask for that and it pumps out images that you put in as an artist. So let's say it's incentivized. Every time somebody uses, the Fame style of art, you get a check from that. You get a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's like, you decided to put your art into this algorithm so people could use it, and now you're getting dividends from it. So to me, if it's incentivized, if you go and take people's art, okay, fine, you took it, but give them the money back for what you took. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow them to be able to eat off of this thing that you did, you know?
Absolutely.
That's where I'm waiting to see what copyrights happen. Yeah.
All right. So I want to give a big shout out to Ben and Jenkins Paris.
He's been going off.
Yes.
Going off in the chat.
Yes, we can see you. We've been putting your comments on the screen, so you need to see us. Because if you see us,
they might be on what's the app? Because you said we're still streaming on.
Yeah, we still streaming on Facebook, Twitch,
the audio one. The one that's audio only.
Oh, you mean Spotify? That's tomorrow.
Okay, it airs on there tomorrow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll be tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, I definitely got to get your take on this, bro, before I go in, because I know how we both feel about AI, and I know how you use AI. So yeah, please.
Well, I don't. I agree, and what these gentlemen are saying are honorable. And man, this is if I weren't such a unscrupulous pirate, I would totally be on that side. However, as a person that has spent his whole life and has had to spend lots of money on artwork that I couldn't afford, and I had to choose between bologna and cheese sandwiches and actually getting some graphic work done. I love the fact that AI is here. I've been able to make a lot of progress on a lot of creative endeavors for that purpose. If you are anything like me and I am a visual person, I can conceptualize something, but it's hard for me to flesh it out until I can see it. So being able to go to an AI system and have it crank out a bunch of stuff for me, super important, number one. I agree with the gentleman that I feel like you shouldn't just use the raw stuff because it sucks. It still sucks. However, once it gets to the place where it's super great, well, we'll have different discussions then. But for me, what I do is I take what I can take from it and I will put my own, because it's never exactly what I want. So I'm gonna at least take the 60% and then I'll, until I get it to the 80 that'll make me comfortable to put it out there. So that's pretty much that. I feel like also we look at other cultures. We might have all of this honor in our heart and we all trying to hold the flag for the people. But guess what? There are large swaths of people not in the culture that are out here just getting money. Like, oh, I can bootleg a whole R&B artist, rapper, old school funkadelic group. Let's create 10,000 groups. Let's put them all out there and let's cash out. I'm trying to tell my people,
Spotify,
cash out. I know they warning you and they're going to cancel certain people. Whatever, cash out. Do what you got to do. If you are talentless and dumb, deaf, and blind, but you can get on that AI and crank it up and get it out there, this is the wild, wild west. Y'all making faces, but billionaires have been created in the wild, wild west, bro. And we are in that time.
Yeah, I think to your point, what I'm hearing you say, Mr. JS1, the supplier, is that that the genie's out of the bottle, and we're on Wish 32,498 billion, blah 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 of 3. So the deal is done. I hear what you're saying, and there's a part of me that agrees with you, because I tell people, like, especially from our culture, we have our act together, we have our shit together when we have organized crime figured out. We're the only group of people that can't stay on code long enough to have organized crime. So I get that. That being said, there's still a part of me that wanted to make the MUSA Line of Mali book, for another quick plug, that understands what my ancestors had in mind when they gave birth to the people that gave birth led to me being here as a steward of culture and the planet and nature and all that good stuff. Like, I don't believe in that they go low, we go high stuff. I hit them in the mouth. This is what I do personally. But at the same time, we still have to, you forget how they feel about us. We have to hold ourselves to a slightly higher standard. I mean, necessity being what it is, survival being what it is great. But I'm just saying, like, if you can get around it, then you don't always have to. Sometimes. Sometimes you can be the hero in your story and be a literal hero.
I have one question. Sir.
Mhm.
Do we have to go high? Do we?
No, I said I don't agree with that. I don't. They go low. When they go low, I kick them in the teeth. I'm like, you're already down there. What you want? You went low. I gave you what you asked for. If you didn't want to get kicked in the teeth, you shouldn't go beyond my range. What I'm saying is when it comes to like how we get it out the mud, we have to understand that the systems that your premise is built around the idea that we're going to be successful in a system that wasn't built for us. That wasn't like, no matter what you do, you could have AI figured all the way out. You could have 98 certs and $1 trillion in the bank. You still going to jail if they don't like you.
There we
like
go.
The world, like we don't get to play by their rules. We have to continue to push our rules and normalize that.
And that is true. But I can play by your rules after I get this bag real quick. So like we gonna get this bag. But at the end of the day, I'm just offering a different perspective.
And I appreciate it. I respect the hell out of it. I just know that when push comes to shove,
y'all way to do it is the best. Right. And I want to make this important that if you have the ability to support creatives, to me that is paramount. Like especially anybody that is of the, like, if you can draw, when you can manifest from nothing, there is a value in it. And especially because now there's so much technology coming that takes the need to develop that 10,000 hours. It makes it even more important and pertinent. Whether you're a singer, whether you are a sculptor, whether you are a painter, your value has now. I feel like that's the biggest mistake that people make when they see AI. They start going, "Oh no, it's going to be watered down," and you be like, "Yeah, that's the reason why your value is about to exponentially increase." Because now the real painter, the real artist you can turn your camera on and you can show me that you did it yourself. Now your creative work has 10 times more value because of the time, because of the passion, because of the deep that you put into it. So don't let AI scare you. Let it separate the sucky people from the truly talented. Go ahead, Fame.
But
then we got to move on. Go ahead, Jalen, and then Fame.
At the same time, people take the easy way out all the time. So people are okay with quantitative results versus qualitative results. So it's kind of like it's a catch-22. Yes, real artists' value will go up, but at the same time, some people don't give a fuck about real art. And that's kind of scary, but it is what it is.
I mean, there's this idea that I kind of like, okay, JS1, like this idea that retroactively it creates a certain level of intrinsic value for real creatives. But I do think that what we're fighting for here is the spirit of creativity and the purity of creativity, and the fact that it is something that as we get closer and closer to our relationship with tech, we almost become one where the lack of creativity is more celebrated. The lack of originality is more celebrated. That's why there are so many derivatives of so many other different types of things. Before we came on, there was a very interesting conversation about Mike Jack and Prince and all these people. I think you were saying that someone said that they were copying. I can't agree with that, only because if you listen to the interviews, they talked about they were always inspired. And there's a huge difference between being inspired and copying. Because if you're inspired by something, you're going to look at it and make something your own and be. And because, again, copying is doing something verbatim. If Mike danced exactly like James Brown, then we could say, oh, he copied him. But he didn't dance anything like James Brown. He did some small things that were tweaked. And I do think that when we talk about creativity, there's nothing wrong with being inspired. You just copying and taking the easy way out takes away the opportunity for you to have genuine, inspired thought that exists for a lifetime. I mean, just think if any classic painting that strikes y'all, everybody's got a different taste, you know what I'm saying? So if that painting was created by a computer, you know what I mean, and there was no human behind it, would it have the same effect? It might not, who knows? But I damn sure know that all the paintings that have been made, the ones that are groundbreaking, let's say we talk about Van Gogh, for example, there's never going to be another person like that. There's going to be a bunch of people trying to replicate that. But I'm saying like that genuine spark, he had to bleed for that to happen so we could enjoy it forever. You know what I mean? Computer is never going to be able to do it. Never.
Not in this century anyway.
All right.
So
it is time for us to transition because we are getting late. We're about to be 2 hours over. Oh, well, we're about to be an hour over, but I wanted to get to a little bit of news. So, Fame, if you want to close it, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to close this out. So
easy. Jenkins, yes. Of course there's Terminator 2's coming. Duh. We're not just ignorant people. We know, all right? Secondly, the further we get with technology, Jay, we just went and seen The Running Man 2 last night, which was a really great movie all the way up into the ending. Exactly what AI is going to be for us. It's going to be really great all the way up into the ending. The ending is the de-evaluation of everything else. You can say that, oh yeah, we'll love that you can actually see us do it. But then like in The Running Man, we'll see that, oh, everything that you actually seen isn't to be believed. I'll leave it right there. The further we get with technology, the more and more everything that we do is still going to be controlled.
I wish we had time to go into it. He just opened up a whole new can of worms, but that was such a great conversation. And shout out to my man Black Dog. He said we can play by your rules, but I need to get this bag. Quoted JS1 the supplier. All right, let's go. I'm gonna do 4 quick news clips and we're gonna get up out of here.
Prominent It references in other Stephen King books because Pennywise be getting around. So it's a well-known fact that Stephen King likes to set a lot of his books in the same universe and multiverse, but Pennywise, Derry, and a lot of characters from It do make a lot of appearances scattered throughout those books. One of the biggest ones was in 11/22/63, which is a story about a time traveler who tries to prevent the assassination of JFK. There was a miniseries a couple years ago starring James Franco, and while time traveling, he actually goes back to Derry and meets none other than Beverly and Richie, fresh off of defeating Pennywise. And it's pretty cool because he has a whole conversation with these two about the town of Derry and how it has a dark overhanging aura about it, but notes that these two are like the brightest spots in the town. Another really big It reference is that in Dreamcatcher, which was a Stephen King novel, but it was also a very terrible 2003 movie. But the setting of this story is actually in Derry. The story also references the Deadlights, which is the source of Pennywise's power. A character mentally travels through Derry and sees a piece of graffiti that says Pennywise lives. And the main villain is an alien by the name of Bob Gray, which is also Pennywise's alias. There's also the story of Insomnia, which is also set in Derry, and it follows an old man who can't sleep and starts to have visions. Here they reference 2 losers from the Losers Club, Mike Hanlon, who's still the librarian at this time, and Ben Hanscom, who later turns into Ben Handsome, and apparently he designed the Civic Center in Derry or something when he was an adult. And then the final one was Tommy Knockers, which was also a series a long time ago, and in it, who's passing through, you guessed it, Derry, he believes he starts to hallucinate when he looks at a sewer and could swear he saw a clown staring and smiling up at him. He also mentions that he was holding a fistful of red balloons. There's also a It reference in a new Stephen King adaptation that comes out this year, but I'm not gonna say which.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say, yo, Stephen King had the first multiverse, bro. Sue Disney now, bro. Get your bread up, man. You feel me? Like, yeah. First of all, I've never been. Y'all know I don't do horror. I've never really watched any Stephen King stuff. But when I've everything that's been coming out about the Stephen King universe, I think is amazing. And like to watch this, I was like, wow, to interconnect these little nuances over these different films over the last 30, 40 years, I think that's pretty freaking amazing. So how do you guys, I want to start with Ade and Mr. Sterling. How do you guys feel about, like, when you see stuff like this, does that give you inspiration? Does it make you excited? Are you like, yo, nigga, we about to have mass up here, we gonna have the crossover event with you know what I'm saying, with, like, somebody, like, you know, how do y'all internalize stuff like this?
I've always been a fan of Stephen King's work. I mean, cocaine's a hell of a drug, and it led him to greatness. But like he's on my list with Osamu Tezuka, Jack Kirby. I don't give Stan Lee a lot of credit. I give Kirby the credit, and a few other people, Akira Toriyama. A lot of those people who, and Eiichiro Oda, like the people who world build, the people who have that connective tissue. Like, even in my own work, I consider everything I've ever done to be part of what I call the Hiruniverse. All of it is like this meta multiverse where all the characters, every idea I had going all the way back to second grade, it's all out there floating in space, ready to bump into each other. And so when I see it and I see the stuff he's done with Dark Tower, and I've role played in that, and I played role playing sessions in that world and try to live it and breathe it, like I think it's great. Like I'm not burnt out on the multiverse. I'm burnt out on like Disney trying to do the multiverse and DC acting like you have to have 52 Earths for everything. But I like the idea of building that up. That kind of thing hypes me up and gets me excited because I like to put in Easter eggs. I like to flesh out a world. I like to be able to in one book say one thing and then 4 books later be like, hey, remember when I said that thing? It paid off. I told you. There you go. See, you should have been reading the whole time. So for me, I think it's really exciting. And the stuff he does with Derry, and the stuff with the Dark Tower and the Man in Black, and all that stuff's always been great to me.
Yeah, Stephen King is dope. And what I like about his, because I think what we're kind of seeing is this more of like a nostalgic resurgence of his IPs and then them wanting to refresh them through a new lens. And that's the dope part, because when he first came out, obviously it was around that era where they were like, there was no Marvel movie, so they were developing authors like crazy. Like, oh shit, let's develop a bunch of John Grisham stuff, and then eventually they do that with J.R. Tolkien, and then, you know, like, what's her name who did Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
Like say Danielle Steele.
Yes, that too. So those types of like, okay, writers, and you know, Stephen King, when he came out and he had all the hits with the books, they quickly made a bunch of movies of this stuff, like real quick, trying to see what would stick. And I think. You know, obviously that it fizzled out, and then it came down, and then, you know, slowly shot right back up because we had the superhero influx. And I think Hollywood's looking for the newest universe to build from. And I think Stephen King has always had that. And yeah, stuff like the Dark Tower was fire, and just whether he's making comics or novels, it's really special. So I'm interested to see what they do with that. And, you know, if you got Straw Hat, you know, shout out to Straw Hat Goofy for covering it. It's probably pretty good because he covers good stuff.
For sure. All right, I'm going to give Jalen the last word on this, and then we're moving on.
Because, you know, I've been waiting. Stephen King is my favorite author of all time. And it's really exciting to watch, like, Welcome to Derry and seeing, like, the different characters who are, I guess, like the ancestors of a lot of the characters from the books and movies. But even like Halloran, he's from The Shining. And well, he's older in The Shining, but like in the show, he's like, he has the, you know, the visions or whatever. So that's really cool. Like how they redid Pet Sematary. They I'm sure there'll be a new Cujo movie at some point, Christine, like all of the good stuff. But I'm really enjoying Welcome to Derry. It kind of touches on the lore of the actual book that the movies didn't really touch on as much. So it's exciting.
Okay, cool.
For me.
Now, all right, so we got 1 down, 3 more to go. This is another one that I brought into the show just for Jalen. Fame, go ahead.
Can we do one more piece of news? And I know that's what we do here, but can we do one news and then Sloan got to get his comics off. This is a comic show, damn it. You got to bring it to the
Dean Radin wrote an entire book combining 40 plus years of research, proving not only the existence of magic, but breaking down the scientific the scientific method for how to do magic practically in your everyday life. The first 3 parts of this book just explain like the background of magic and everything that leads into understanding what it is and how it functions in everyday life. Part 4 basically gives you a step-by-step like tutorial on how to practice magic, because magic is a practice. Look, just as in sex, no one is good the first time they do magic, and it takes a degree of practice before you can even begin to do it properly. Alan Chapman. If you are a new witch, if you are a beginner witch, please get this book. I think it's available everywhere now. This is not sponsored, by the way. I hope you guys. They sent me this book. Penguin Random House sent me the book. It's not sponsored. I'm not getting paid for this. I genuinely I love this book, and I think that every single new witch should read it, especially if you are just confused as to where to start. This will give you really, 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 really good foundation without all the fuss and hullabaloo. Okay, nice firm.
2 seconds. Did she just slip into an English accent?
Yeah, I'm
You went from Muggle to Hogwarts in one sentence.
Yeah, like what just happened there? All right, let's finish.
Foundation to build upon. I recommend it. I love it. Thank you, Dean Radden, and thank you, Danielle, for sending.
All right, so the scientifically explained reality of magic in our world. Jalen,
interesting.
This is your time.
No. I'm not gonna mess with it because I do believe some things are real, and I'm not messing with it. But I might get this for a friend of mine for Christmas, which sounds so crazy, but
She's like, what's it called? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I actually put it in my notes.
Go ahead. Facts. Ade, go ahead.
I look at that the same way you look at AI, honestly. So I come from a long line of folks that do this kind of work. And there'll be people who look at it and they go, "Ooh, no, I don't want to invite something up in my house." Like, no. I think there are things in this world that are just scuffed, and there are things in this world that are amazing. And the only difference between scuffed and amazing is the intent of the person using it, whether it's AI or the esoteries of the arcane. I come from a long line of folks who do that left hand work and the right hand work. I myself dibble and dabble just a little bit. I got a Babalao and a Ianifa. I had a rogation done a couple months ago where we cut open a couple chickens and bled them on my head to get rid of my bad juju. All that good stuff. And I always adhere to the train of thought of any science sufficiently advanced is indiscriminate from magic. And so just because we're not comfortable with it doesn't mean we shouldn't get comfortable with it. I think magic is along with AI, like all that's the same thing. I'm not telling people to go out and start hurling fireballs at each other or find a sanctum sanctorum to hang out in. But I do personally believe that the whole universe is fueled by your intent. We're all a Green Lantern in some way or another. And if you can get your head right and your will right, you can manifest a lot in your life. And if someone wrote a book that says, hey, this is the arcane formula for getting it done, I would read it. Now, whether or not I practice it, I don't necessarily think that I would, because I subscribe to a very specific source for that kind of thing. But I'd be very interested in having that book on my shelf.
I didn't see that coming. Alrighty then. Now we've got to pivot. It's comic book time with my man Sloan.
Yo, I'm coming on strong like I'm bursting through the page. Got that comic vibe, heroes rise, I'm ready to engage. Thoughts are heavy, but my mind's a canvas painted bold with the rhythm in my soul. Watch the story unfold, fighting battles with my words like I'm spinning.
Alrighty then, sir.
So today's comic book is called Super Dangerous by Resolve Comic Books. So basically, in simple terms, it is a Black Superboy story, but it is. That's why I say in simple terms, because I do not like to refer to it as that, because it is much different than that. So our protagonist is Josh Sanders, and basically he was hit by a meteorite, and he was granted superpowers reminiscent of that of Superman. He can fly, he's super strong, he's super durable, etc. And the thing is, generally, he remained unchallenged. So with his strength, he protected the environment, cleared it up, and all that. But also, being a kid who has no idea what the heck politics are in general, he brute force political powers to basically stop fighting. But that has dire. So the writer, I even talked to the writer, and he's like, to kind of counteract the fact that he has no physical challenge generally, because it's not completely true. It's not completely untrue, because he does fight a monster eventually. How that happens, you need to go read it. But basically, stuff happened involving him and the American government due to him strong-arming him to do what he wants, kind of thing. But while he thinks it was good, it had adverse reactions, and it kind of shows it's like, hey, you just can't do stuff, there's not only red tape, but also consequences to those actions kind of thing. But you can go read this. It is on, right now it's for free on Global Comics. Because I find it a lot of gold on Global Comics nowadays. And
is that a giant mech in the back?
Giant? Where?
Yeah, I see a giant mech on the front of the book, or is he just fighting a giant robot?
Oh, that was a giant robot.
Okay, all right, all right. I'm a mech guy.
If you like superheroes, if you like science, sci-fi, and you like fantasy, you'll definitely love this story.
Okay.
All right. So look, I just want to say thank you so much to our guests, Mr. Ade and Mr. Sterling. We so appreciate you gentlemen for joining us on the show and giving us some exclusive information pertaining to your life and these wonderful products that you have coming out. I would like you two gentlemen to give your shout outs. Let's make them brief, and then we will transition up out of here. So Mr. Ade, you go first.
I just want to shout you guys out for having us. Thank you very much for this lively, rambunctious, ostentatious platform you have put together. Thank you for your invitation. Thank you, Fame, especially for keeping in contact. You've been excellent to work with. I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank everyone who has an appreciation for indie comics, whether they be Black created and owned or otherwise. I want to thank you all for going to www.musalionofmali.com to learn more about our campaign. And honestly, I just want to thank TJ for pulling me out of my shell for this excellent adventure. It's been great getting out there and building and trying to earn my place in the industry I love so much. So thank you, everyone involved in this conversation and the conversations to come.
Mr. Sterling.
Yes, definitely to second Ade. Thank you guys for being so dope, to just giving us some time, in person and then here virtually. Great meeting you at Baltimore Comic-Con. I mean, I absolutely love coming to the city of Baltimore, to the DMV in general, to just meet and hang out with folks. I mean, it is like a second home to me, especially in my head, because the love, you know what I mean, and the community and the people who love the creative arts is robust there. So you can never go wrong pulling up to the DMV for really anything creative. So shout out to y'all. And shout out to the whole team who worked on the MUSA Lion of Mali book, starting with myself on the day, and then all the artists, our editor, Dr. Shamika Mitchell, and everybody who weighed in and gave us feedback on this book. We're extremely, extremely excited to bring it to y'all, man. You don't think you understand, like, this is the 5th book I made, but it feels like the first one, because it's the first time we told a story of this magnitude. We built this universe like you'd build a game or a multi-billion-dollar movie franchise. It has the vibes, it has the energy, it has the intent behind it. You guys are going to love it. It's 120 pages of nonstop drama, action, suspense, thrills, and education, and everything above. So you guys can get this book. It's only $30 on our Kickstarter that drops on November 28th. November the 28th. A little less than 2 weeks on Black Friday, you're going to be able to get this book. It comes in 2 dope covers. It comes in the standard cover, which I just showed you. And you're going to be able to get this in a wraparound cover from the Jamaican phenom artist known as Karen Grant. Done a bunch of stuff for Marvel and DC and everybody in between. Worked on the RoboCop movies. Really, really dope, folks. We've got T-shirts on the campaign, and you have access to everything we've made at Ray Comics through the campaign as well. So if you got some backlog issues you want to get, something like that, we got that as well. And again, that's MUSALionofMali.com. You can go right to the Kickstarter. Click the link that says notify me on launch. You'll get the email and it will tell you right when it's available. Or if you want to check us out in the meantime, it's raecomics.com.
All right, team. It's time to get these quick shout outs going, and then we getting up out of here. So the queen starts first. Jalen, let me get your shout outs.
Shout out to the team. Shout out to our special guests. I really like what you guys are doing. Keep doing it. And yeah, that's it.
Sloan.
Shout out to the team for having me on here. Shout out to our special guests for making this amazing book. Once it goes live, once the physical copies come out, I'll definitely have a I got a couple of people I'm definitely going to share this book with. So just thank you guys for creating it.
Word. All right, Fame.
You know, first and foremost, sweet baby Jesus. Shout out to Black Dog, always holding it down for the whole show. Brenda Jenkins Paris up in the comments. Thank you for flooding those comments. It's always dope to see that. Yo, shout out to you, TJ. Listen, this right here. Listen, this Joystick Angels. I'm Fox in my younger days. I ain't nobody lose their legs, but I was damn sure close to having other of my friends lose their life. So shout out to you guys for writing that. Shout out to for telling the story. I'm so interested in MUSA. It's just, of course, we know this history. So to watch what you guys are about to do, to put a little flair and magic into this, I cannot wait to read Younger Years. And I don't mean next the 28th of November on Black Friday. Listen, send me a link. Let me buy it today, guys. Don't do me like that, baby. Don't do me like that. Let me buy it today. You know, forget everybody. Let me buy it today. But now, shout out to you guys. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
I was going to ask that off-air, Fame, but yeah, I mean, I
know how I do. I get straight to war.
Shooter's going to shoot. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you know what I'm saying, humbled and honored that you two gentlemen took time to come out and be with us. So thank you guys so much. Yo, Mr. Ade, definitely, bro. Look, we love the role play. We're new role players, and we kind of lost our last DM. So we would be honored if you would like run some cyberpunk with us, or if
you talking Artel Suri and cyberpunk?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking. Yes, sir.
You talking about with the Pawn Smith cyberpunk?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, yo, hit me up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Using system all day, man. Let's go.
Let's go. And then we gotta work on RG. You know what I'm saying? But we can talk about that later. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Mr. Sterling, man. We so appreciate everything y'all been doing creatively. I definitely want my VIP book with my signature on it. And like I ain't worried about no Kickstarter. Look, I'm sending the money straight to your Cash App, bro. Just drop that, that express mail. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Follow directions.
Yeah, no, we niggas. But yo, as far as the viewers, shout out to Black Dog, shout out to the Jenkins, shout out to Remy, shout out to everybody that tapped in, whether you were texting me or you've been watching from afar. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We work very hard to put together a show every week for you guys, and just because we took a week off doesn't mean we don't love y'all. So don't forget to tap in. We got one more week before Thanksgiving. I don't know if we're doing one weekend. Nope, because I will be out of town. So we will definitely have a special episode that will drop the weekend after Thanksgiving. I mean, the weekend, because Thanksgiving is on Thursday. We'll have something that's going to drop that Sunday. Just make sure y'all keep it locked. If you haven't done so, sign up on our Patreon, patreon.com/VVC Life. Grab us some merch. Grab everything that these gentlemen release. They have, when I really tell you, they really have some great work. And I can't wait to get my hands on this new product. Shout out to you, Jalen, Sloan, Fame for all of your hard work. Thank you so much. And I am ready to get up out of here. You guys just stay online. Don't nobody go nowhere. We're going to talk to the rest of y'all later. Holla.
Here comes them black nerds. Sloan's on with big words. Kate slap makes us all smile. Jay's little stones every single time. Fame's kinda like a mastermind. While Jay gets one shows up every single time. Yeah. How would unite, go to bring the fight? Cases is Black Nerd Podcast winning all the fights.